The Naboo politician Padme Amidala had previously served as queen for her planet when encountering the young Force-sensitive Anakin Skywalker. Although Padme herself was not blessed with the gifts of Anakin, she would have a massive bearing on the outcome of the galaxy, influencing the decisions made by the Jedi Knight throughout the duration of a war, masterminded by Anakin's other influence, Chancellor Palpatine. With the weight of the galaxy on his shoulders, Anakin chose the side of darkness in a bid to save Padme, and the Jedi she had known had seemingly been lost forever, as she never got to witness Anakin's redemption. But what if Padme had been a Jedi? Could she have a different influence on Anakin or the galaxy? As you'll find out, the Force powers of Padme could have changed the fate of the Jedi. The Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn had been slightly confused as he took his place aboard the Queen's starship on its way to Tatooine. His Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi could sense the unease from his usually calm master, but did not wish to press him for answers until they landed on the desert planet for repairs. Examining the hyperdrive, Qui-Gon could sense multiple Force signatures around the planet and asked Obi-Wan to stay on the ship whilst he examined them further. Bringing R2-D2, Jar Jar Binks and reluctantly Padme, the Jedi Master not even made it to Mos Espa before he could feel the Force sensitivity of the Queen disguised as Padme. Keeping it to himself for now, the Jedi Master entered into the settlement where he felt the other powerful presence he had been sensing in the young slave Anakin Skywalker. After managing to negotiate a risky deal with a Toydarian dealer Watto, the Jedi Master later conducted midichlorian tests on the two young Force sensitives, and also Jar Jar to make it appear as if it was a blood test, and Obi-Wan finds that both Anakin and Padme were Force sensitive. But aboard another ship above the planet had been the Sith apprentice Maul, utilising a signal he had received from the governor of Naboo to deduce that the Jedi and the Queen were on Tatooine. Through the darkness of the night, the Zabrak calmly landed his Sith infiltrator on one of the highest sand dunes, and equipping his macro binoculars, he saw the settlement of Mos Espa close to him. Leaping onto his repulsor craft speeder bike, Maul approached the settlement and felt the power of the Force sensitive Sidious had ordered him to capture. Entering the residential quarters, Maul ignited his blade and surged into the Skywalker home. Jar Jar Binks had been the first to be alerted to the presence of the Sith, having been sleepwalking, and his screams had alerted those around the home. Qui-Gon ignited his blade and dived in the path of an attack aimed for Jar Jar, and deflected the attacks of the dark side user as the other residents of Mos Espa awoke from their slumber. Qui-Gon purposely dropped his comlink to try and retrieve Obi-Wan from the Queen's starship, and R2-D2 managed to signal for the Jedi Padawan to fly over Mos Espa. But with the wind picking up, Qui-Gon knew Obi-Wan would need time to navigate, and as Maul took the battle to Watto's workshop, he wasted no time in decapitating the Toydarian slaver. The Sith had accidentally created the freedom for Shmi and Anakin, and the Jedi Master yelled for the Skywalkers to run to the ramp that was arriving, as he joined the group after a few more blocks against Maul. Arriving back on Coruscant, Obi-Wan accompanies Qui-Gon on a trip to the Jedi Council's chamber, where they reveal the midichlorian count within both Anakin and Padme. The Jedi are extremely reluctant to train them both, given their age and internal fears, but the Jedi Master is insistent, and after Queen Amidala giving her speech condemning the corruption in the Senate, they test them both for their Force capabilities. Although they can see the reasoning behind Qui-Gon proclaiming Anakin to be the chosen one, Padme's age and lower midichlorian count prove to be an obstacle, so Qui-Gon insists that both he and Obi-Wan train the Force sensitives. The Council is shocked by this request, as Obi-Wan was not qualified to have a Padawan of his own, and Qui-Gon would now be having two Padawans. Whilst the Jedi Council deliberate on whether to allow their training, Padme travelled to Naboo to meet with the Gungans, as Newt Gunray warned Darth Sidious of the imminent attack. The Sith Lord had received a disturbing report from his apprentice, that Anakin had not been the only Force sensitive on Tatooine, and ordered Gunray to trap the Jedi, to allow Maul to capture Padme and Anakin. The Neimoidian organises the Trade Federation army on the Naboo plains, but the army was a distraction designed to stop and split the Gungans from the Jedi, and the battalion of OOM command battle droids guard the royal palace. Padme and the Naboo security force realise the diversion that the Trade Federation had planned, and are forced to retreat, whilst Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan pave their way through to the Theed hangar. Approaching the doors to the power generators, they expected to see Maul, but the Zabrak had disappeared, and looking around for any sign of him, they tried to communicate with any members of the security force, but they are met by silence. The two Jedi ran outside to where the Naboo security force should have been, and all of them are laying dead on the floor, with lightsaber wounds cut through them all. Qui-Gon immediately alerts the Jedi Council of the disappearances of both Padme and Anakin, when the voice of Chancellor Palpatine interrupted their meeting to reveal that Maul had indeed taken both the Queen and Anakin. That is it for part 1 of What If Padme Was a Jedi. If you'd like to see a part 2 soon, please like this video, turn on that notification bell, click that subscribe button on this channel, as well as on my other channel What If Films. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd all like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.